All right, so let's talk about blind contour versus modified blind. So this one was the blind contour, and do you remember the ways that we can tell that? One line from here all the way around to here. It's really slow, so if we look at the back of the drawing over here, I can see the entire drawing. I can even see, like there's the flower pot. I can pick out exact sections because it's so slow it seeped through. And I can find details where things match up. So this is the same leaf as this. This cluster up here is the detailed area here. This long stem, leaf, stem, although it doesn't line up, is this stem, leaf, coming back to the stem and then doing the pot. So it's large, it's detailed, it's one line, it's slow. It's in proportion. So these are all the things that I'm looking for blind contour. So for modified blind contour, and I started one here, but I'm going to do a fresh one. For modified blind contour, so much of it stays the same. You're still going to draw slow. You're going to not really look at your paper much when you are drawing. You're going to have detail large, and it's going to be mostly one line except, and we'll talk about the except. You're going to make small changes. You're going to make improvements. When you modify something, you're making small improvements. So it's going to be one line except that you get to pick up your pen when you change locations, or if you need to redraw an area, and you can only look at like 10% of your time. Your pen can stop when you look. It's just like little tiny peaks. So I have my camera on here so you can really watch how much I glance down. But I want you to focus on, like with me drawing, I am mostly looking right at the plant. So if I was going to start this same plant here, this behind it just so if it bleeds through, it doesn't go onto my next page in my sketchbook. All right, so top of my paper, I'd say that circle is about here, so I'm going to do that as my starting place for this drawing as well. I am only looking at the plant. Glance down, look back up. And you see how it's still one line. I'm still drawing with one line. I glanced down real quick. Did you see that? Might have missed it. It was so fast. Glance down, just gauging my size, but I am not doing this. I'm not looking down at my drawing as I'm doing it. I am looking at the object. Peek, just to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Peek. So you could literally count to 10 and only look on 10. If you're trying to do 10% of the time, it's like a rule just to help train your brain with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, peek. 2, 3. Peek. Okay, I'm going to call that leaf done. Now I get to choose where do I go. So maybe I'm going to come all the way over to here and I'm going to draw this pot. Comes over, but then there's the stem, so I can't see the pot underneath that stem, so I can't draw it. You only draw what you see. You see how quick my peaks are. They're like a millisecond. I don't stare at my drawing at all. I just look at where I'm at and then I keep going. Okay, I'm going to peek here so I know how far I am away from the other stem. And now I can continue drawing that pot. Okay, I made a mistake. The pot is going to come up a little bit high, so I need it to be a little bit lower than that. So I'm going to pick up my pen for the first time within the drawing, and I'm going to put it down here and come over. And I mean that it's the first time I'm picking it up while I'm still going to draw the same thing. I pick it up after I finish drawing an area, but usually not in the middle of drawing an area. Okay. So I'm going to continue with this method, looking, peek, looking, peek, and drawing slow, fixing a mistake. So this is now the top of the pot. So if I go in to finish this now, the rest of the pot, I can put my pen back down here where I want to draw this. And look, the bottom of the pot has a little notch in it right there. Boom. Boom. Might not have noticed that if I wasn't really, really looking. I will finish up this drawing and share it with you after I do a little video editing. Okay, so there is my finished modified drawing. So I'm looking, I did correct a couple of mistakes on there, and there's just more details and things line up, but it still very much looks like a blind drawing and not like a perfect contour drawing where everything is exactly right. So it's just more about the details, and again, your eye, your brain, and your hand, and everything working together.